Tan Sri asked two very fundamental questions. One, what is the role of government? The second one, what is our objective? So let me use a very crude way of saying let's say if you imagine that you're running the government, what is your first objective? Or if you are running a big business, what is your first objective when you think about the economy? So recently I was speaking to a big businessman in KL, and he said the government should consider giving free housing to people. I had a shock. Coming from his mouth is beyond my imagination. But he has a point. He said, if you don't deal with housing, pay, or transport, let's say, if you don't deal with one of these questions, you will end up seeing fire on the streets like Chile, or like other South American cities, or like Hong Kong, because it's economic. So if the government gives free housing, he doesn't have to increase pay. But one way or the other, you have to deal with one of these questions. You either make housing cheaper, or consume less of disposable income of the person, or you actually pay the guy better, or you make transport so much cheaper, you pay him to take bus or whatever. So one of these questions has to be dealt with, because we have been living in a situation where most people are stretched to the maximum. Now, so back to Tan Sri's questions, I would say the immediate challenge for a big businessman that invests in the country or the government is prevention of riots. I mean, in a very crude way. In a very crude way is to prevent systemic failure. That is the immediate challenge for everyone. Either a systemic failure of the banking system or systemic failure of the society. If the society runs into a chaotic situation, then everyone is in trouble. So everyone has a stake to ensure that the economy does well and everyone live a decent life, so that at least you know that you are insured, your system is insured. Of course, beyond that, we do, as a politicians, you join politics because of passion, and you hope to see everyone lives a decent life. So I think that is perhaps objective, the question of objective. The role of the government, I think we may have to start rethinking about the role of our government. How much should the government get involved, and what is public goods? So does we talk about public goods? Is healthcare a public goods? Is public transport a public goods? Is good education a public goods? So we have to define what is the role, how much the state get involved in public goods. Then the questions of the role of the state as a regulator. What do we regulate? What do we not regulate? And the question of the state as an investor. Should the state invest in private healthcare? Should the state be a private developer? Or the state should invest in defense industry? For instance, this is the only relevant point to my job, so that's why you didn't invite the Deputy Defense Minister today. But these are the questions that I think we need to debate, we need to discuss in a calm manner in our society, so that we can clarify these issues and find the way forward. Thank you.